Hello, you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Britik coming at you fast with another OverPrime video. And today, I know it's been a while, we're going to be talking about the closed beta test that happened the other weekend. A lot of you guys got in. A lot of you guys got a chance to play. It was on Steam, which was great. I promised that I would give it another shot when it came to Steam, and it did, and I gave it another shot. In fact, I gave it multiple shots. For quite a while. I was streaming multiple days during the weekend. A lot of you guys showed up and showed out, and it was a lot of fun. So if you guys are missing my streams, make sure you check me out at twitch.tv/BritikHD. I stream when I can. And without further ado, let's get into my honest first reactions to OverPrime, basically, because that's what it was, man. The closed beta test, although it was a beta and it was a test and there's still a long way to go, it felt like a really good start overall. And I'm going to go over some pros, and I'm going to go over some cons. There's still some work that needs to be done, but you know what? I was impressed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was definitely impressed with the gameplay. I was impressed with what they showed up with, and I had fun. Yeah, I know. A lot of people think that I'm an OverPrime hater. I don't think I am. I think I was very objective through and through, but I had a lot of fun, so a lot of people can now say, haha, Britik told you OverPrime was fucking awesome, you loser. Anyway, so, pros. It's a beautiful game. It's absolutely beautiful. Graphically speaking, I think it's the best out of the three. Honestly. Like, I think it just in terms of textures and design. I was playing the game right here. What you guys are seeing on your screen right now, this is on low settings. This is on low settings. It goes all the way up to ultra high. So, I don't, my computer would have exploded if I tried playing it on ultra high while streaming. But it was just a phenomenal looking game, hands down, without question. Just gonna say it right off the bat. Team Soul did a great job. Whoever their art team and design team, they're phenomenal. Speaking of art and design, another pro is that their skins were just sick. I mean, the Sevarog skin that they had, this blue Kalari skin was awesome too. There's just a bunch, man. They had like a Rampage skin that made him look like a giant ape together strong. Ooga Booga, and it was just the coolest thing ever, just throwing rocks, looking like King Kong or Donkey Kong. Like, it was just awesome. I just, I just want those skins in other games. I just wish that they were here, right here in my hands, but they're not, because they're in OverPrime, and the beta test is closed now, so I can't have them anymore. But really good skins. Like, I just had to make like a separate thing just for that. So again, kudos. And a third pro that I wanted to cover is that it was fun, and a lot of that was to do with the nostalgia. It looks similar because it was basically the legacy map from Paragon. There were some things that were different, mainly the names of the characters. So for example, Kalari was Kayla. Like, okay. Steel was Scott. Like, what's up, Scott? Twin Blast was Colt. So you could have Colt and Scott in the duo lane, the power duo, which, honestly unstoppable, to be honest. Both of those characters are just absolutely nuts. We'll talk about balance here in a second. But yeah, just the names, like, you see me pull it up on the video here. Like, you can check out the names of the characters if you pause the video and you'll laugh at them. I don't know. It just seems a little funky. Some names really cool, like Sevarog's name was really cool. I forget what it was, to be honest. Sorry. It's been a second since I played the game because I was busy. I've been busy, man. Anyway, cons. I know this isn't as organized as I usually am. I don't care. The game was not super well optimized. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of actions, a lot of animations that felt very chunky, very clunky, very, like, from point A to point B without much in between kind of thing, especially with Kalari here, where you're going to see me, like, teleport and do all this crazy stuff. It felt like things were just not as consistent as it should have been, even when I was playing on high ping. It could be better optimized for high ping as well. I had to play on EU servers sometimes when I couldn't play on NA servers, but it just seemed like some stuff was just kind of crazy, and you couldn't really tell what was going on with the addition of the poor optimization, sometimes just causing things to not be as smooth as they possibly could be. In terms of also my, PC handling what it was supposed to handle, that part could have been better as well. That's what I mean by optimization as well. Like, if I were to go anywhere past low, my PC would start dying, and I have a 1070 for my GPU, just to, throw that out there as reference. I feel like they could do a little bit better in that department, at the very least. Tying that in, the second con that I have is that it was just so crazy. Like, the whole game was just so crazy and hectic and explosive that it was really hard to tell what was going on a lot of the times, especially in team fights. Like, in 1v1s and 2v2s, you could still kind of tell what's happening, but if you're caught off guard, like, if you're not looking and somebody shoots you in the back, by the time you turn around, you're probably already dead, because it's just so crazy. And I don't want to talk about metas much because it was a closed beta. Like, everything's going to change. The items are going to change. The balance is going to change. But it seemed like very, very favored towards high burst, high damage assassin type gameplay, basically. Like, Countess and Kalari were just ridiculously good, in my opinion. Carries dominated, obviously. And for the most part, yeah, you couldn't kill tanks when they built tanky enough, but they just didn't seem like the optimal way to go. And maybe that's just because people weren't comfortable with the game and they didn't know how to play as a group very much, and assassins are favored very much in 1v1 situations like this. But anyway, I messed up with Kalari's new ult there. I was a little confused on reading the descriptions. And also, yeah, so the translation also wasn't 100% fluid. Like, I could tell what was being said in the description for the most part, but there's definitely some typos and mistakes and errors because they are a Korean developer, so they should definitely polish that up in the future before they completely fully release the game, to make sure that the English is, you know, fluid, 100% understandable English, because some of it was a little broken, but that's not that big of a deal. Anyway, I'm nitpicking here. The third main con was the lack of feedback, and this is a problem that all of the projects have at one point or another experienced, and some are still experiencing this issue, where you just can't tell when you get hit, and you can't tell when you deal damage, and you just can't tell when a certain ability is used on you, and you can't tell when an item is being used in what way. There's just not enough significant feedback for these individual events in the game yet. And, you know, making the HUD blink or really making you feel the oomph on your impact, that's something that they need to work on, Team Soliv, when it comes to OverPrime. And those are the three main cons that I have. Poor optimization, just too freaking crazy hectic, and the poor feedback. And it all kind of just ties together in this one big ball of, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just going to push all my buttons at once. And yeah, sure, it's fun when I can teleport and just slice and dice like Kalari, but when I can't really tell what's going on half the time, especially in team fights. I mean, here I could tell by the time I got used to the game, you can kind of tell what's going on. But especially in team fights, you're like, okay, don't know, don't care, just gonna die, see you later, bye-bye. So, anyway, there are my first impressions. Overall, again, the game was fun. It for sure was fun in the closed beta state. Still has a long way to go. Definitely has a lot of potential, and it's super fast-paced. It's more different from Paragon play style-wise than the other two, Predecessor and Fault, in my opinion. But, you know, just that's how it is. That's just the way they chose to go with this game, and we'll see if it pays off for them. There's definitely an audience for it, but we'll see how it works, especially later down the road, a few years from now when the game's fully out and they're trying to implement competitive play and all that good stuff, and maybe we'll still be alive to see that. Who knows? But anyway, there you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter and all the other things in the world. You guys know the drill. And as always, make sure you have a wonderful day. Peace. Not like that.